breakdancing. What about breakdancing off a diving board?
I mean,
She's like, cut it.
I feel like that's been in her comments. I feel like somebody has probably told her that. Yeah, like breakdance off a diving board.
Yeah.
That sounds like an insult. Like go jump off a cliff. Why don't you breakdance off a diving board?
I'm gonna start saying that to people. You know what? You could breakdance off a diving board.
I know when she breakdance off a diving board.
Breakdance off a diving board.
What in Tardation?
I have more shows coming up. Where am I coming? When is this episode coming out?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. This week, September 12th, Fountain City Comedy Festival, Kansas City, Missouri. I'll be there. And then that entire weekend, I've got 4 shows, September 13 and 14 in Springfield, Missouri at Blue Room Comedy Club. So come see me there. I am in Buffalo, New York on the 18th of September, West Nyack, New York on the 19th. I am in Baltimore, 9/22. And then I go back out to the Pacific Northwest. I go back. I have an Oregon and Seattle tour that I'm doing with Oregon Roots. So it's Salem, Oregon on the 27th, Portland, Oregon on the 29th. Oh, sorry, Eugene, Oregon on the 26th, Salem on the 27th, Portland on the 29th, Seattle on October 2nd. And Tacoma October 3rd, and Spokane October 6th. And then I have a bunch more dates all the way through the end of the year, and I'm working on something special that hopefully we'll be able to announce soon. And tune in next week.
And
Thanks for checking out the Tardpod.
If you liked what you saw here and you want more, go to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Tardation Nation.
You can buy all those tickets at ajwilkerson.com.
Yeah. I like the beach, but I'm also like, when it comes to the ocean, it's like, I'm a dipper. Like, I'll just go in and get out because I feel like haven't we all had near-death experiences in the ocean?
Yeah, I've had 2 lifeguards called for me.
Yeah, it's so freaking scary, right?
Yeah, it's so scary.
I don't mess around.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the ocean like that either.
I don't like to. When I was younger, I don't know what I was thinking.
In enough to like dip in, we're out.
Take a pee if I need to, and then leave and get out.
Yeah. Ankle height, knee height, we're good.
Yeah. God, then I'm out. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to love body surfing, and I almost, I think, broke my back when I did, because I got wrecked by one. And then the
riptide?
Yeah, the riptide. And now I'm like, because of that one experience, I don't like to do it anymore, but my friends still like to, and they're like, even if it's a sandbar, I don't trust a sandbar. I don't care. It was like, the sharks can't come here. Sharks are, then you see a video, my sister would send me a video on Instagram to be like a shark, like where the sandbar is. And you're like, this is how I die.
They're here.
No, they're here. It's an alligator.
So they're migrating. They moved.
It's an alligator and a shark.
That's what happened. I don't.
Local shark. Hell
no.
Freshwater sharks.
Sandbar sharks.
Yeah. Now I'm like, I'm sure it's honestly happened where a little kid maybe has seen a shark in the ocean and isn't afraid of it and maybe sings the shark song. Maybe? No?
Maybe.
Haven't heard the story, but I feel like,
a child in the ocean trying to follow the shark, trying to catch a shark.
Trying to catch a shark and singing the song.
I'm thinking, which is worse, the ocean with the sharks or a lake with gators? I'm, both of them are kind of freaking me out now. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm right now. Y'all are enjoying this conversation.
You're just having a panic.
Yeah. I'm fear-mongering myself. Yeah.
So here's the cool part about Florida. There are places like that, like where you don't swim because you're like, this is murky water.
Okay.
You can't see if there's anything in there.
Duh.
Yeah.
And then there's like freshwater springs where the water is like coming up through a spring from where it's like filtered underground.
Okay.
And water like that, like most of the time, is crystal clear. Like you can see all the way to the bottom and you can see everything in
We
it.
love that.
So I remember
Love
in my hometown, there's a small little like spring state park called Blue Springs State Park. So it's just a swimming hole built around this spring.
Yeah.
With like a big like dock for people to jump off of, little like kids playground thing. But literally like sometimes an alligator would like swim into the spring area. And everybody would just be like, "Oh, gator in the water," and everybody would just get out for a little bit.
Please remain calm. There's a
No
gator in the
thinking.
water.
Yeah,
No, not
literally.
me.
They'd just be like, "Hey, we got a gator," and everybody would be like, "Oh, dang it! All right."
Absolutely
I'm
not.
racing.
I mean,
Right.
obviously there are some people there who are like freaking out, but
Yeah.
most people are just like, "All right, cool."
Can't sit
I'm
there.
sure the
Like,
people-
Some people,
like, grabbing
some
his
people
hair.
don't even get out.
No.
Yeah.
Boy,
Some people-
suicide.
Like some people, like literally, like you'll have like a redneck on the dock, like as a spotter, and like you'll have people in the water over here, and they'll be like, "Don't worry, gator's still way over there."
Oh. I mean, you know, at
And
least
then they're just like,
protection.
"Okay, cool, yeah."
My gosh, no.
I mean, that's kind of what y'all do with sharks in the beach. Y'all kind of just wait till they're gone, right? And then get back in?
I don't.
No?
No. If there's like shark in the water, I'm like, I'm not going in the water. And like, no. People who are like surfers and are going out, I'm like, you're just literally asking to get eaten by a shark.
That's what I'm saying. Like like those places, like what is it? Like the Maldives, where they have like those cottages that are built out like over
On
the
the
water
water.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
I'll go. And like, if there's nothing around, I'll do a quick like jump in, jump out. But I'm not like swimming with sharks or doing any of that. Like, nah, I'm up here.
No,
And
thank
also,
you.
like, how do you both
Yeah.
feel about stingrays and like swinging?
R.I.P.
Swimming.
Steve Irwin.
I know.
Yeah.
Like swimming with
Man.
stingrays, people do that.
No.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to swim with anything in the ocean,
I
quite
don't
frankly.
either. And I'm like,
Yeah.
am I a bad person for not wanting to like
Yeah.
experience that? Like scuba
I'm not
diving.
trying to get. I'm not. I did like a dolphin thing once
Yeah.
when I was in Mexico, but it was
I did
like
too.
at like a almost
Resort.
like a
kind of
aquarium
place.
thing.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
like a
Yeah.
resort kind of thing
Mhm.
where they had like dolphins in like a cove.
Yeah.
And they were around people a lot, and you're like, okay. And we
Mhm.
did like the thing with dolphins, but I'm not trying to like go swim with dolphins
No.
and get like
Yeah.
molested or something.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. They be,
I'm not
No.
trying to get dolphin molested.
No, no.
Hey, fuck.
Actually, I
Yeah.
went to the Bahamas when I was 19, and I like swam with dolphins, if you will. And I don't know, the instructor, she was like trying comedy out in the like in there, but she said when you tap twice, it means it's a dolphin knows to come to you, and we'll give you a hug when you have to tap twice in the water. I had went 3, and she was joking, but she was like, "Oh, don't tap 3 times. That means attack." And I literally went, "Ah!" And I'm in the water.
Oh.
And she laughed. I screamed. So like, I don't know, bad comedic timing on her part. I don't know. I remember being like,
Great comedic.
Great,
timing
isn't
on
it
her
great?
part.
Did she get a
I was
pop?
like-
Did she get a pop? Did she get a
Oh,
laugh?
no. I don't remember. I honestly blacked out because I thought the dolphin was gonna attack me. I thought the dolphin was gonna attack me, and I was like, and then she goes, "Oh, I'm kidding. No. Everyone always said that. Just like it's so close. No, yeah, just 2." And I'm like, I don't want to do anything now. I want to get out of this water. I don't want to hug this dolphin.
No, I want to give you 2 of these now.
I'm mad. And the dolphin also is really slimy. It is really slimy.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
see
Again,
that.
I respect animals. I really just like dogs, and I'm allergic to them. So the Lord doesn't want me to be happy at all. but really, the animals. Remember, we went to when we were on the boat, Percy Priest Lake. That's where we were.
Yeah.
We're like floating. There's a big raft, and we're like everyone's just hanging out. And I'm already like this, like on the raft, being skeptical because I can't see underneath, and I'm just, in the water, don't know.
Peeler Park.
Yeah,
Peeler?
I looked it up. I just
Peeler
yeah.
Park. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
You're
not
right.
where we were. Peeler Park. And Nick just, what did you say? Something about water moccasins or something?
Oh, yeah.
I'm petrified of snakes.
Yeah.
He said, he goes, oh, sometimes I'm like, one time, last time I was in here, there was like a water moccasin or something.
No. As a kid, we would like with summer day camp, we would go to a completely different part of Percy Priest Lake.
But Percy Priest Lake, nonetheless.
And maybe a handful of times, and all the times we would see like a water moccasin. But they're not, I don't think they're poisonous.
They are.
Yes, water moccasins.
They are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nick's like, I touch him and say hi.
Like I saw a cobra. I don't think they're poisonous. You know? like actually. Okay, so that's actually
Good to know.
Water
Good to
moccasins are venomous snakes.
Yeah.
No.
I thought the shape of their head meant that they weren't. Or something. Like if they're, that's not
The shape
true.
of their head means they will kill you.
Yeah,
They will bite you.
That's misinformation.
I got chased by like 8 of them whenever I was a teenager.
What?
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
grown up.
Like
I was-
chased?
Yeah, because
So the water moccasins will do this thing where they mock charge at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll charge at you, but in the water. So they'll like all of a sudden like speed up, slither at you on top of the water kind of thing.
And they're fast.
And like it's wild. They'll so they like literally will like kind of chase you.
Yeah, they're territorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went to like this fishing spot of ours, and in the middle of it was like a bridge that had most of it had fallen apart, but you could like pad out to it and fish off of it. So I had done that, and as I'm going back to shore, everyone's screaming, and I turn around, and there's like 8 of these motherfuckers just coming after me. Yeah, and I just fucking booked it.
they nest. They do they're like
Apparently the bridge is one of their
Hell no, they nest?
Yeah.
A snake city. Whew.
No.
Yeah.
Just all hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dead instant death as well. I'm talking about a lot of moments where I will die on this
They'd
podcast.
have caught her because she'd have blacked out.
Blacked out, dead. No, like when he just said the word water moccasin.
Yeah, you kind of freaked out. Yeah.
I think I blacked out and just got so fast on the raft and
start
up on the
tapping?
boat. Yes, I was like, nah. And then I was just immediately on the boat so fast. He was like, they're not there. I'm just saying when I was younger, I was like, I don't care. He's like, not this part of Percy Break, like a different part. I'm like, it's still the same water. Like screaming.
Dude, one of those stories, like, because I have like a mom who is also like undiagnosed ADHD, so I've heard like every one of her stories so many times, you know? And one of them was, I was like 2 or 3 years old, and we were on like they were on somebody's boat, and like we were all on there, and my aunt was holding me, and my mom was like doing something, and she she fell off the side of the boat. Like everybody was wearing and the boat was stopped, like, and anchored. It wasn't going anywhere. But she had like fell off, like was falling off of the boat, and somebody yelled "Gator!" And as she was falling, she grabbed the rail and like held herself up off, like, so she fell off the boat but didn't get wet because they yelled "Gator!" and she was like, "Fuck you!"
Like some secret spy shit.
Yeah. She's like, they yelled "Gator!" and I latched on and I. Yeah.
Tom Clancy'd Rainbow Sixed it.
Develop a strength when that happens. I feel like that's funny. Oh man,
I'm learning a lot about the flora and fauna of southeastern United States. This is nice. I did not
expect. It's a wild place, man.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with snakes at all, though.
No.
Because where I'm from, in Texas, they're mostly poisonous.
Yeah.
Like I've been chased by water moccasins. I've been chased by baby rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
I brought this up.
Yeah. That's what's wild about Florida is we've got all of the different snakes. Like we've got
pythons, man.
We've
Yeah,
got
y'all
like
got that.
rattlesnakes, pythons.
I'm
We
worried
get
about
like anacondas, and like for some reason snake breeders love
because of
Florida,
that
and
movie.
they'll
Wait,
get
y'all
out and
Y'all got
I hate
anacondas?
snakes so much.
yes,
It's such a
people
good
will
movie.
like leave them in like
Traumatized
the
me.
Everglades and shit. Will like set like pet snakes free in the Everglades. And then they get out there and they breed and all kinds of stuff, and so they're like same thing like iguanas.
Yeah.
Iguanas in South Florida are an invasive species, and they like fuck up the local environment, and they're actually really bad for the environment. So they like people literally hunt iguanas in South Florida and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
forgot about that.
You can like pay to go
yeah,
on hunting
you can pay and go on
expeditions.
like iguana hunts. I did an iguana hunt with some buddies with like a veterans group.
Yeah.
It's like people hunt them like in the winter, like in Florida, like when there's a hard freeze, they'll like freeze in the trees and fall out of the trees and shit. And yeah, people like get money for hunting iguanas.
Are they still alive when they freeze? Or are they dead? Like, is it like a little cryo chamber?
Some of them unfreeze. Like some of them freeze to death, and some of them unfreeze.
Could you imagine being in a tree and the next thing you know, you wake up on the ground and there's like flowers growing or something?
And the next thing you know, some little kid's carrying you because he thinks you're dead.
Yeah.
And you're like, play dead cell, play dead cell, play dead cell, play dead cell.
Don't move. That's how it is in Texas with hogs. Like there's some farmers, they're invasive. They tear up the like the land, so like it's hard to like grow crops. They destroy crops. So some farmers will actually like pay you to go on their land and kill hogs.
Huh.
Like wild hogs.
You can also pay to go on helicopter and shoot them.
Yeah.
With like machine guns.
That seems like too much.
I don't want to do that.
It kind of,
but they're like a
invasive.
high breeding invasive species, and they'll like run in packs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn, we got to get a pack of 130 hogs off of 300 acres of land.
Isn't
But
that
also-
Well, I guess if it's that many, then an automatic weapon is a little.
it's kind of like
Makes sense.
It is a little too much though, because it's kind of like the military industrial
complex.
Because now there's like you can make money off of this if you have a helicopter land. People come, so now people are like bringing more hogs or like letting them produce more, so that there's more of them to kill, so that they can keep selling these packages where people can go and shoot these animals.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's bad. When you're like industrializing it.
Yeah.
Instead of like
money.
taking care of a problem, you're like, oh, this problem makes money.
Let's
let's exploit it.
Now I'm thinking of the hog from The Lion King. Wasn't that a hog?
Pumbaa?
Pumbaa, isn't he a hog?
He's a warthog.
He's
Yes.
a hog. Aw, Pumbaa.
So yes,
Darn
like his American cousin.
Yeah.
I just think like da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about? You know, and the song, I just can't wait to be king.
Oh.
You know, yeah. Then Pumbaa, like, oh, what a phrase. It means no worries. Okay, I digress. Anyway, I just thought of Pumbaa, and I was like,
Hakuna
Matata.
Is that the same song?
Oh, no, Hakuna Matata.
That's a different song.
I was like, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I wasn't a Disney gal growing up. I was a Nickelodeon girl. Anyway, I digress.
Okay.
But I did still think of Pumbaa in that moment. I was like, we're killing Pumbaa? American cousin.
Yeah.
American cousin.
Now I know.
Yeah. Not Pumbaa.
Not actual Pumbaa.
No.
It's American cousin.
Yeah.
Patrick or something like that.
Like third cousin too. Like not even.
Peter.
Not related.
So, yeah.
Paul. I just think all of the white P names. Hakuna Matata, yeah. So we're just gonna wait to be kings? Okay. Sorry.
Wait, what?
No, Hakuna Matata, just wait. I didn't know the difference. I didn't know the difference between the songs. How could you forget Hakuna Matata?
I don't know, but you did.
Sorry. We can cut that. You can cut that from the tape. I'm just kidding.
All right, that's our episode. No, we're done.
Teresa doesn't know Hakuna Matata.
We can't continue this conversation.
They take your
man.
musical theater degree from you.
Yeah, how? I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, wow, I should.
that
I
was
should
a
give it back.
Broadway show.
That was. I actually did see it on Broadway, and I didn't think I was going to like it, but I really liked it a lot.
I heard it was really
It
good.
was very, very good.
Yeah.
I saw it like years ago. Yeah.
Who played Timon and Pumbaa?
Ooh.
I do not know. That is I don't know.
How do you play
You could have
that?
made up any name.
I don't know. I don't know.
How do you play these animals on stage?
It's
Danny
like-
DeVito.
Right.
I know. He
I
was
would
in it.
watch that.
I would fuck with it.
I would want that
How did they
spinoff.
make
I
that?
just want Danny DeVito as
Yeah.
Oh my
as
God.
both. As
Yeah,
both.
both. As both.
Danny DeVito in every role.
Yeah, it's Lion King, but it's just
I would watch
Danny
it.
DeVito.
Danny in The Lion King, a one man show. Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Could do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know if the roles were actually like, I don't remember,
Actually,
but I
let's
know
get
that.
the entire cast of It's Always Sunny.
Just to
Yeah.
play. Just,
I would watch that. I love that show.
That would actually, that is really, we
love it.
actually been watching Hacks and she's in
Okay,
it.
because then Charlie and Mac as Timon and Pumbaa would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
you're talking about from Always Sunny.
Sunny.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
good. That would be, yeah.
Charlie and Mac as Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who, I don't know if I remember the
Danny
characters.
DeVito as the Lion King.
Yes.
As Mufasa?
As Mufasa
Mhm.
and
He's gotta be-
Simba.
Okay, he's playing
As
both.
Mufasa and Simba.
Okay.
Okay. That's, yeah.
Dennis is Scar.
For sure.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
but I
And Denise is Nala.
And D is D Nala or is D the hyenas?
Hell no.
Well,
Both.
both. Both.
D also playing multiple roles.
There you go. I would like to see though, like villain Danny DeVito, like evil Danny DeVito. I feel like that.
I could see him being Scar.
Yeah.
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 Did you? There's an old school movie from like the late 80s, early 90s
Mhm.
called Ruthless People.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
I'm bad at
Danny
movies.
DeVito,
No.
kind of a dick. Plays like a bad guy,
Oh.
not a good guy.
Okay.
Oh,
See, I would like that.
No.
It's Danny DeVito, Hocus Pocus, who's the
Bette
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 Midler.
Midler.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really?
So
He's the
Danny
first,
DeVito, Bette Midler,
Classic. Love it.
Mhm.
Judge Reinhold
Oh shoot.
from
Okay.
like Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, Judge Reinhold and his wife kidnap Bette Midler and hold her for ransom. And she's married to Danny DeVito, and Danny DeVito hates her, so he refuses to pay the ransom.
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm.
It's
That
like
is
a
a-
comedy. It's a
Yeah.
comedy.
That is
back in the
80s comedy
day.
That
for
is an
sure.
80s
But
comedy.
This is-
It's so funny. And then basically Bette Midler and her captors like
Mhm.
grow to like each other.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
then basically they plan on a con on Danny
Danny
DeVito
Mm.
to get him to pay
That's
the
actually
ransom.
Classic.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Classic.
It's actually great.
Good
Sounds
premise.
good.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you,
love
I
Bette
wore
Midler.
that
Love her.
VHS tape the fuck out.
You know-
VHS for those listening is like, do they know what it is?
You know-
I got them right
Yeah.
here
This
for
is a
you young
VHS.
motherfuckers. It was a tape.
Oh
It
my
was a
god, is that
tape.
riding in cars with
It
boys?
was
Yeah.
riding in cars with boys.
I'm
is
dead.
that,
This
is that Pete Drew? That's Pete
This is
Drew.
Drew
Yeah.
Barrymore.
Drew,
Yeah.
that was a
Drew
great
Barrymore
movie.
riding in cars. This is what movies that you would buy and bring home and rent at a store used to look like. This
Or
literally
steal.
came from a Hollywood video.
Yes.
This is literally a remnant of the past.
That's crazy.
Purchased
Hollywood
from a
video.
Hollywood
Hollywood
video
video.
going out of business.
It was a
sale.
blockbuster
Crazy.
gal, and it was like, "Please be kind and rewind." You know,
Yeah.
they said that.
Yeah,
That was
that's what I
nice.
I
Did you-
literally
were you a
keep these in
rewinder?
here.
I was.
This
You were a
is my
rewinder?
childhood.
This is-
Very big
hey.
on the rewinding.
AJ,
Sandlot.
were you a
Here we go.
rewinder?
Huh?
You-
I was a rewinder.
Yeah.
I was a rewinder because I would watch movies multiple times.
I
in
mean,
a
like
row.
if you rented it, would you return it rebound?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I returned it, I was immediately renting more movies.
Mhm.
Mm.
Do you notice? And
Yeah.
you got charged if you didn't rewind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if
See,
blockbuster.
we
did
were
that.
Yeah,
rewinded.
mine didn't do that.
We rewinded, but we would always like turn them in late. So when we would go to Smyrna Video, and we would have like a $50 fee, and they would just let us rent.
Yeah,
And I asked the dude once, I said, "How do y'all stay in business?" He's like, "Porn." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I remember there like the era of like being charged for rewind fees at video stores, and then they stopped doing that because they were trying to stay in business, and then they, you know, like, but yeah, I would rent
I don't
movies
think Blockbuster did
like
that.
library books.
We didn't have- we
like
had
same way. I'd return whatever I had and then immediately rent the
go.
maximum again.
Yeah.
I miss the
Really?
library.
Yeah.
I miss it.
I like
Yeah.
Movie Gallery was the one like near my high school growing
We
up.
had a movie gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. Blockbuster.
Because we were in a smaller town, so we couldn't we didn't have a high enough population for a Blockbuster
Right.
Same.
franchise, so we
Yeah.
got like the next one
like the
down.
Movie
RC
gallery.
Movie
Yeah.
gallery.
Movie gallery was awesome.
Yeah.
And
Like,
it
you
was
could
like a
al-
store, like a
Yeah.
Blockbuster,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah, they had like all the like the
All the-
VHS,
Oh.
and they had
Yeah.
games too. They
And
had
they
like
had,
Nintendo
like-
64
Yep.
games.
nice.
And they had like a membership card thing, and with like different tiers of membership. So like the one that I had, you could rent 3 movies and 1 game at a time, or 5 movies.
Mm.
Nice,
So
smart.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's really.
Do you feel like it used to be more enjoyable to like find a movie? I feel like I miss
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like you go to a video store and you
Yeah.
like it's Friday night and we're picking out a movie.
That's what my family did. Every Friday we would go to Blockbuster and we would get a movie, and we would all get one snack, and then we would like watch that. It was like every Friday thing. My family, like growing up.
That's a cool tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
family thing, but I
Yeah.
think now I like it just being able to stream
Just stream
everything.
Yeah.
But I
But
think
there's so much.
But if-
Yeah,
So
I get
much.
caught in that moment where you like you can't
Yeah.
decide.
I know.
Now you live
Yeah.
in the video store. The
Yeah.
video store just lives right there. It's
Yeah.
just aisle after aisle
Right,
after
yeah.
aisle, and if there's nothing in Blockbuster, you can immediately go to Movie Gallery.
Right.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing in Movie Gallery, you can immediately go to Hollywood Video,
Yeah.
and then you
And I
know
also
so
feel
on
like
and
when
so
you're
forth.
when you're in a store like that, it's like you're like
oh, it's
I'm
overwhelming.
getting overwhelmed, but you're like I'm getting a movie because
Yeah.
you're like you've committed, you drove here, you're like getting a movie. Like we'll
Mhm.
figure out some movie
Yeah,
to
there
get.
is that I feel like people aren't as invested in the films as more because you didn't have to do anything to
you
watch
didn't put
it.
in the work.
No, we're
Exactly.
just
You
sitting on our
didn't-
couch being
Yeah.
like, and then sometimes like there's so many options that I'm just like, because I'm just gonna watch The Office again,
Yeah.
or like New Girl, like an episode of that, which I've seen a million times, but it's like because I can't pick on
Comfort
something
show.
to
Yeah.
watch.
That's I feel the
Yeah.
exact like you said that like going to the movie store was like overwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I open the TV to pick something, that's
No,
overwhelming.
no,
to
that's
me.
what
Yeah,
I'm
that
talking
is-
about.
that
Is
is-
overwhelming.
Yeah, like
Like the
that's,
video store, there's a limit. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like I walk every aisle,
Yeah,
and that's it.
And that's
I
it.
can see
That's
all the
it.
movies in
That-
here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
If
can
they're-
pick up
yeah.
and look at all these movies.
right.
You can't.
I can read like a full synopsis of
Oh,
what
yeah.
the movie
This
is.
looks
Right,
good.
right. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
There's 3 paragraphs on the back that tells me about the movie.
Yeah.
Now there's a tweet.
A tweet, and then it's like,
you know,
and then
right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
140 characters.
Right.
Or, like the other day, I forget what movie it was, but I was like, I wasn't able to watch the trailer, and I was like,
Yeah.
I need to see the
We
trailer.
literally
Like,
used to
why?
get 3 paragraphs of a movie
That's true.
with no spoilers.
Yeah.
It was a 3-paragraph description with no
That's-
spoilers.
We used to
That's
get-
the job. and
That's
now
how
no
much
one-
people used to care about making something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We used to get trailers without spoilers.
Trailers, full
Mhm.
trailers without spoilers.
Now I watch a trailer and I'm like, oh, okay, well I've seen the movie.
Yes. No.
I
yeah.
hate that.
I've seen the movie. Or like
Yeah.
one of the worst trailers for me was I think it was Gravity with Sandra Bullock, and this 5 seconds that George Clooney was in it, but he's in the trailer, so you think he's in the whole movie, and he literally flies out to space the first 5 minutes.
that's a great trailer because it doesn't spoil the movie.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
literally,
But kind
the
of bait and
spoiler
switch.
provides
Yeah.
the plot twist that the movie then
That's-
delivers immediately.
Yeah.
I guess. You know, maybe it wasn't. Now I'm thinking about
And
maybe it
like you
wasn't
can,
worse.
you
He's
literally
right.
watch the entire trailer and you're like, I want to watch this movie, and then you sat down and within like 2 minutes you're like, this is not what I thought it was at all.
Yeah.
That you don't like that?
No, actually, okay, yes, but I guess I just thought George Clooney was going to be in it more. And not that I'm like,
Yeah.
I love George Clooney. I'm the biggest fan. I'm obsessed with Sandra Bullock, and I thought she did an amazing job, and I think she won an Oscar for that. I could be wrong, but
Yes,
she,
I believe
I
you
think
were
she did.
correct,
But
yeah.
like, it was a great movie. I really liked it. But I just was like, why was George Clooney in the trailer so much? Like, he literally was only in 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes of this
I
movie.
get your point. Yeah.
You know?
Same thing happened to me with Broken Arrow. I was like, oh, a Steven Seagal movie, and then he died in the first 5 minutes. And then
But he was in the trailer.
But he was in the trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's the Christian Slater.
Kurt Russell, or was it Kurt Russell? That was the good guy. Christian Slater's the bad guy. Was it?
Is
Christian Slater.
Christian Slater.
What's it called?
I think it's Broken Arrow.
Steven Seagal. Is it?
But he dies
Oh
early.
no. That's Executive Decision.
Executive
Decision.
Yes,
Where he dies in the first 5 minutes.
That's good. It's all in a plane.
Yep. That's Steven Seagal, Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Broken Arrow is John Travolta.
Oh, that's right.
Christian Slater.
Yeah.
John Travolta, Scientology.
Oh, yeah.
What were we watching yesterday?
We was watching a Scientology documentary.
Which one?
I've seen a few of them. I don't know which one we was watching, but
I don't know. We're watching that after we finished Dirty Pop, the Lou Pearlman.
Ooh.
So good. You need to watch it.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw it?
Yeah.
Yo, so this guy didn't have any airplanes?
The biggest Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
That was insane.
The biggest Ponzi.
Ponzi scheme in
like,
all of America.
So
Like,
he didn't have any airplanes at all.
No.
But he made everyone think he did.
yeah, and then people would invest in it. This is wild. This guy is the one who basically created or Backstreet Boys NSYNC.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and he kind of, I didn't
I
know
don't tell.
like the Backstreet Boys NSYNC, how he kind of like went behind the Backstreet Boys back and created NSYNC
yeah.
while they were on like a European tour. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
And then they come back to the States and there was like
A new boy band?
Yeah.
No, they were saying no strings attached. Yeah, that was the one that came out. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So he literally created NSYNC to compete with
With
Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys.
Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And
Isn't
I
that
mean,
crazy?
it kind of
Yeah.
That's
worked.
It
Like,
did.
work.
It worked.
I had the BSB pins on my backpack. I loved Brian Cutrelli, was my favorite, and then I also loved JC from NSYNC.
Yeah.
But like, it was always a battle with like, which boy band do you love more?
Are you NSYNC
And
or
are you
Backstreet
BSB?
Boys?
And I'm like, I liked both, but if I
Yeah,
had to
but
choose,
you were always forced to no, you have to like one more.
yeah,
You have to like
exactly.
one
So
more.
my choice was Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But I genuinely liked both of them. But I'm like, you have to. People would be like, you have to choose.
Right, yeah.
It's like Twilight.
Are you Team Jacob or Edward?
Okay, I just don't like any Twilight because I was a True Blood fan, and I'm like, don't get me started, honey. I'm True Blood. Like, I remember being at a frat house at Rutgers University, and we're like, Jungle Juice, and all of a sudden it was on the TV. My first experience, it was like 2007. That's when it came out. Tide. And like there was something happening very fast. I was like, what is going on? They're like, oh, it's this new show, True Blood. They're like, people just have sex with vampires. And I just remember sitting on the couch and I was like, I just watched it the whole time and watched all 7 seasons of it. And it was fantastic. But at that party, I never left Rutgers University, is what I'm saying. I'm on the wall. Okay, anyway. Frat house. Those vampires, when they bite you, you don't die like in Twilight. You die when in the vampires in Twilight. If you get bit by a vampire, you will foam out of the mouth and die. No, True Blood, if you get bit by a vampire, if you're in danger, they can like find you and it's more like exotic and save you. It's weird, but sexual.
That's if they give you their blood, vampire blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you both have each other's like blood, right?
Yeah. So like in True Blood, like if a vampire saves, because like vampire blood has like healing properties to humans in True Blood.
Yeah.
But when a vampire gives you their blood, then they know where you are. They can like sense you and like track you.
It's like an apple
Summer
trap.
Kind of like that.
And they can communicate with you,
that's
like
mind.
telepathically.
Yes.
So like because then what was it? Eric Northman.
Yes.
What was
Wait,
his
is that
name?
the werewolf?
What's Snooki?
Alexander Skarsgård.
Alexander
Alexander
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. He like tricks Sookie kind of, and he gives her his blood to like help her, but then he uses it to like track her and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember True Blood. I fucked with True Blood.
Yes, I love it. Loved it. It got weird season 3, 4 with like the fairies and the shapeshifters. That got kind of weird.
That was wild to me.
It got weird.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, that part. Those seasons
You want me
got
to do
weird.
it
People
for you?
fell off.
Yeah.
I don't mean.
No, you're good. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get all up in your business. I just saw that and I was like, ooh, let's catch that real quick.
I think mine.
Can I pull up on
I've
this
been-
cord a little bit?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
There we go.
I've been keeping mine over here.
Good. Sorry to interrupt our hot, steamy vampire talk.
Listen, I just
Man,
I
that-
love True Blood so much, and like
Shaky
any
hands.
and I think also when I was younger, I was Cecily's
Good.
petrified
Just
of
my hands
vampires.
sometimes
I was
shake.
like scared of vampires from that. I forget what it's
I'm
called.
not
The
an
movie
alcoholic or
Brad Pitt,
anything. Hey.
Tom Cruise,
not
Kirsten
Interview with the
Dunst.
Vampire.
Yes. Okay.
We all can
Whenever
use a
that
drink.
came out,
I'm not grabbing
very
that.
young.
Right.
So,
Fair.
and then let me just stick this back on, actually.
There.
I'm gonna move this right there, and then, is that good for you?
Feels good.
Boom.
Yep.
All right, bet.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
And we're back.
And we're
Yeah.
back. And we're
Back
back
to these
vampires.
No,
Vampires.
True Blood. I fucked with True Blood a lot. It also introduced us to a lot of celebrities that we like now, like Alexander Skarsgård, Joe
What else is he
Manganiello.
in?
Yes.
Scars. What?
He was the most recent Tarzan.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
He's been in a lot.
Yeah. He's been also like
he's
some
the
Viking
older
movie.
brother or cousin of Bill Skarsgård, who is the
Mhm.
new It.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
That's
Oh.
that's
Yeah,
that's
all-
why the
like
name.
there's like
Horror.
4 of the brothers
Yeah.
that are all actors.
Like
I had no idea.
Bill, Alexander, and their uncle is who's their uncle? It's also Skarsgård, but I can never remember his first name.
Yeah.
But he's in like the Thor movies,
Mhm.
the older scientist
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
Him.
from the
He's
Thor
the-
movies.
Yeah.
That's their like uncle or something.
Okay.
Amazing.
I saw the first one. The first Thor. That's all I know.
Really, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I love Marvel movies.
I kind
Get
of.
into him.
I was
Sorry.
keeping up for a minute and
Sorry.
then. It's just too many.
You got
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's a
Wow.
lot. What's what's a movie you've seen recently that you liked?
What movie I've seen recently that I liked? Like in the theaters or just like in general? Oh no, my gosh, a movie that I've seen recently. I feel like I've been watching more TV shows, if
I think so,
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or documentaries like
Documentaries, yeah. We went on like a cult kick where we were just
Yeah.
watching all cult documentaries.
Yeah?
We watched so many
What's
cult documentaries. We can tell you our favorite one.
Yeah, go for it.
We know
Wild
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 Country.
Yeah,
What's-
this one
wild.
where in the early 80s, this cult leader from India just moved to the Northwest.
Like in Oregon or something.
Yeah.
I know which one you're
Yeah.
talking
And
about.
they just took over a city. They took over the city council, renamed the city, and they were just had their
Wild.
cult.
And
There's cult stuff there.
his
Like control
Srila.
a whole town.
yeah, and Sheila his like
Rajneeshpur, they changed the name
yeah,
to it. Rajneeshpur or something?
Yeah,
And
something
it was-
there. Wow.
It was surprising because it just seems like something that if it happened,
You would catch it.
you would, yeah, but
yeah. Nope.
I'd never heard about it until the documentary, and apparently,
I asked my dad about it. He had no idea. He was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember that.
but who was it we was talking to? I think it was Rob Wentz, who
He's from Seattle.
from that area.
Yeah.
So he was saying that his parents was telling him about it, and they was watching. It was on the news every night up there because everybody's like, "Is this
What's
more like
going
a
on?
local
Yeah.
What's
regional
happening?
news thing
Right.
than like a national news.
That's
thing.
what,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what like my dad in New Jersey. He did not. I was like, because I remember being like, did you hear about this? It's just like they just built a whole new town and like
Yeah.
like they brought in trucks to build. Like they built their own little city area. Like it's
Yeah.
insane. That would never happen now. I feel like he's like I've never heard of it. But
It's actually
Yeah.
happening right now. There's another cult leader. I can't remember if it's in Texas. It's somewhere in the southern states where she moved to a small town. She just bought like a bunch of property. She just bought a restaurant, and slowly she's like buying businesses. And I think that's like her
Oh,
end
really?
goal is to like try to take over the
that's
town.
insane to me.
Yeah.
Cults
Yeah.
are wild.
That's like fucking. That's also like evil corporation shit. Like
Yeah.
that's literally
You know,
the
that's a good
plot.
point.
That's literally the plot of the Amazon Jack Reacher season 1.
I need
You
to
know,
watch
there's like
the-
they stumble across this like businessman who has like this fucking international like counterfeiting operation, like printing
Oh,
fake
yeah.
money.
Mm.
And he basically just moved to this small town in Georgia and bought this processing plant and then started buying all the other businesses and just took over this whole town to run his illegal operation.
It's a good plan. It's not a
Yeah. Cults, criminals,
Cults,
and
criminals.
fucking-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a wild one, no pun intended. But his like assistant, if you will, who basically kind of ran everything, Sheila, went to Montclair State University, which is where I went to school. So I was also like baffled about that. I was like, wait, what? It's like, Sheila, yeah. And then, but then she ended up like leaving because she just, left the cult. And the Bhagwan, that was his name, was just so mad about it. And
Oh yeah.
How do you leave a cult? I think isn't that the whole thing with cults?
Is that you
Isn't it
can't
kinda like
leave.
it's like
Yeah.
blood in, blood out.
Well,
like,
kind of,
it's
yeah.
like,
Well,
You're not
yeah,
supposed
it's
to.
a
You're
gang.
not
Blood in, yeah.
Well, that was the thing.
So she was really, he was really mad, and
They
he
called
was,
the police on
They
her.
called the police on her.
Like she
Yeah.
was a fugitive when she left the cult. Like
She
think
left the
she's-
country
she has. Yeah, I don't think she can come back in the country
ever again. She lives in like
Why?
Switzerland now. Like
Yeah.
when they were doing the documentary, like it was not in America.
Well, they committed some crimes. Like
They
they.
did.
Oh.
They got mad at this one person, and they were like, she was like, stab him, and then so
Yeah.
the person did. They listened to her.
Yeah.
So
And then they
she was like, my
tried.
bad.
They tried to I think poison the town, but then they
Yes.
just gave them like a cold or something. Like it wasn't like.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Wait, that's really what they did. They didn't kill them.
They didn't kill anybody. They just made a bunch of people
Just-
sick.
Just made them have like incredible diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like, that
Oh,
was-
God,
that's hilarious.
They didn't kill them. But yeah.
Yeah.
But then
It's like, we didn't use enough.
Right.
We didn't use enough.
They're just like in the toilet. But there's this like video of Bhagwan, like this like peaceful man, just like looking at the camera, being like, Sheila, like we need to arrest Sheila. Sheila is a bitch. And the way he said bitch, we like both of us were
Funniest.
like it's like you jolt when he says it. So now we have a funny thing where we're just like, we do this and then we're like, bitch. At each other. It's like our handshake. We go like this and then we just go, bitch, to each other and like walk away.
Oh, yeah.
It was so jolting that we
Yeah.
really emphasized that
He
beat.
meant
He
it.
was mad at her. So.
Yeah. And then we talked about it later and it got funny. 'Cause-
So she was like their business manager?
Yeah, and like she basically like ran the show. She did. She like ran the show while he was like, I'm the Bhagwan. I just do this when I come out and then I meditate and that's like this peaceful man and then she ran everything. Like he had all the ideas, but like she
Executed.
exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
And so
got
she
you.
took the heat for like a lot
She's
of
this
yeah.
CFO, CEO.
Kind,
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's the one who
basically.
spread
Yeah, and she was like
the
in
news.
love with Bhagwan, obviously. Like that's what it seemed like. She was like obsessed with him. And then she just heard all these like bad things he was doing, and she was like, "I'm out." Like, and so she left, and then he was just like, "We need to get her. She is a bitch."
Man, that was so
Wait,
funny.
but if she left because she found out about all the bad things he was doing,
Yeah.
how much of that was she in charge of?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
no,
Like,
you're
is she executing like his financial operation? Like, is she basically is she the bookkeeper or is she the foreman?
That's
Do you know
good.
what I mean?
I think she.
know.
Well,
Like,
I think
is
she
she
was
like,
in
hey,
cult
go
mode.
beat these
She was
people up, or is she
100%.
like, I gotta move this money around so we can buy City Hall?
Kind of,
You know what I mean?
She was very like
We have to
like
buy
in
off
the
the
head.
police.
Yeah, we had to
Honey,
buy out the
we
police,
have to-
give them money.
Yeah,
She kinda
that was a thing too, man.
What
Like
she
they got their own police force in the
Yes.
town and everything, man. It was
so
weird, but
That's so
I just like
crazy.
also so then there's other cults we watch. Like then what's the one with oh my gosh.
Mother God?
Mother oh my
that the
god.
one?
Mother God, and there's Twin Flames.
Twin Flames is crazy.
that one
and that is still going on.
It is.
That's insanity.
So
What is-
I just
crazy.
I can't. If you
What
talk
is-
about it, it'll sound worse than it is. Like
It's pretty bad.
it is pretty bad.
It's just a man and a woman who created this cult that everyone has a twin flame, and your twin flame is out there, and we're gonna help you find your twin flame. And then in the process of like giving you all these, like you're telling me you're in love with this woman, but she won't take your calls anymore, and she blocked your number, and then their advice was, well, go to her house. Knock on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's your twin flame. It's like, that's an restraining order. Like, what? And then when that plan didn't work, whoever was in this twin flame cult, they're like, actually,
This is where it gets. Yeah.
Your twin flame isn't who you thought it was. Your twin flame is in this Zoom call right now. Yes. Yes. Your twin flame is here. And then it got even weirder when your twin flame is here. So your twin flame, just let you know, AJ, is Nick. That's your twin flame. And you're like, I'm not gay.
But no, here goes. Go. Yeah, keep going.
But then it was like,
it gets.
And just like, you know, you're not, no, you're not gay. You're actually a woman. And you're like, what? And they're like, yes, your twin flame is Nick. And Nick is a male and you are a female. And you're like, oh, yes,
Yeah.
So
yes,
then
they like
people-
changed.
Some people started taking hormones.
Transitioning.
the
Yeah.
transitioning.
Oh, shit.
And it's one thing like some of the people that you listen to in the documentary, like, okay, their transition was, you know, a part of like who they are, but then like some seemed a little questionable.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it was just wild to watch. And it's just like, I don't know what I mean, obviously cults, they pick on vulnerable people. Like, where do you have to be in your mind to be like, I love this guy. He's telling me my twin flame is a woman and I am a man and I'm a man. And so,
Well, it's just like it's a process. You get them in first, and then it's like your twin flame's out there. It's out there, and then once that fails, you know that you have them.
yeah.
So you have them brainwashed. So then you can be like, hey, actually, you're a woman trapped in a man's body.
Well,
And then
yeah.
And the
And
thing
then
is,
I
it's just
am,
this
yeah.
married couple. Like they don't even seem like they even have the best relationship.
They
Just
do
by
not.
like when you see them in interviews and stuff. But people are following and
People are
and
following. They
doing-
have a kid now.
Well, I
like
mean,
it's wild.
yeah.
Dude, people are desperate for love. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Connection.
Vulnerable people that
Connection.
are desperate, searching for that kind of thing.
I know.
will
I
do
know.
anything.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Yeah,
And then like Mother God, that was
That's the blue lady, right?
Yeah.
when you
Oh,
feed
God.
her like the
Oh,
silver,
Yeah.
silver, and it's like that's not good.
Mercury.
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mercury.
Yeah.
It was just
Mercury, yeah.
But her followers are like, she's coming back. Like, like
We're
they,
gonna keep
they
her
saw
body.
her die. They saw her die. They're just
saw
like,
her die.
She'll be back.
yeah.
And then they're like,
yeah.
give her medicine, and it's vodka. They're like this, like that's what they said was her
Yeah.
medicine.
But she was, I would say this, she was the most positive cult leader. Like, she really just wanted to get high and party.
She really did. She did.
she wasn't-
She did.
And she did party.
Yeah, she
She
yeah.
did.
But she wasn't trying to, like, take over people. She wasn't trying to,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, she wasn't doing mind control.
Yeah.
No.
yeah, she was
It was whoever her husband was. He was the one who was like money, like, and making people pay for things and
yeah.
like asking people for their dues and everything. And she just really just was always wasted and high.
I think
I was like, I'm God.
the documentary, the one about the doctor who, the sperm doctor who,
That
Father
one?
all those-
Okay, we watched that. We thought we were like taking a break
yes,
from cults.
yeah, we thought-
We were like, let's take a break and let's watch this. And then let's just say we watched Camp Hell, I think right after that. Did you see that? Which that is insane. And that happened literally like
Camp
in the 90s.
Hell?
It's called Camp Hell, I
it's
think,
like
right?
for like troubled teens.
But
and
it was in like the
But they would like
90s.
kidnap you in the middle of the night. They would
Parents.
sign off with your parents,
Oh,
and then they would come to your house in the middle of the night
and steal you.
Yeah,
Damn.
to take you. Yeah, and then you'd be like on these like hikes, and it would work at first. Like some of the kids would come back changed, but then it would become this.
Like people are
Yeah.
getting like abused. One person died, and that was where
Yeah.
it got weird. But
Yeah.
we watched it after the father because the father just like destroyed me. It was so
The
sad.
father was that was sad. Like
Oh man.
because you just.
You're like,
you have trouble getting pregnant. You finally get pregnant, and then you find out 30 years later that the kid isn't yours. It was this doctor who substituted yours. You know what I mean? And
yeah, it kept on like throughout the documentary. He had like over 100 kids, and they're all in the same area. So another thing that was so like, it's like he didn't think of that. They could have been like dating each other
Ooh.
and didn't know.
yeah,
And so this one woman found out, and then was like, she did a 23andMe, and then she went on like this quest to like everyone else who did a 23andMe. She would just like, she would message them on Facebook and be like, "Hi, this is gonna sound weird, but we're related. I'm your sister. I'm your half sister, and here's why. And then
Crazy.
and then then those families had to be like, wait, my dad's not my dad, and I'm like, oh my god, so sad.
Well, and it was another thing about it that was weird. It was one of those documentaries where like they're interviewing live people, but then they also have actors acting out certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a scene that they would show a couple of times where it was the actor, and they would just show his back, but it would be him, I guess, emptying himself into the thing. So he would like moan and shudder, and and we would watch it with the little
Subtitles?
yeah. So it'd be like, grown man moaning, and it was just like, I think we could not have this part. Like the story is not going to be ruined.
We didn't need this reenactment.
Yeah.
I didn't need it. I didn't need it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Somebody got paid to
Right.
pretend to come.
I was
Yeah.
just about to
They
say.
weren't pretending.
I was like, I didn't remember nothing. I was just about to say those roles are like, those are acting roles though. That we,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a moment.
Method
but
acting.
Method acting for some, yeah. It's method acting. Oh, so silly.
In order to act it, I have to live it.
I have to be in the moment.
I have to be the character.
Yeah, I love Denver. Denver's great.
Yeah.
I do. This last time I was out there, I did realize though, I do get like altitude sickness,
Really?
like a little bit,
Okay.
from the change.
Yeah.
So what is that? Is that nauseous or is that like?
Like not nauseous, more like exhausted
Yeah.
and
Dizzy?
like
You get
low
dizzy?
energy, a little dizzy, like lightheaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more of that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Not getting as much
Less oxygen.
oxygen.
Shit, yeah.
I wasn't there long enough to like adapt.
And adjust, yeah.
Uh,
I feel like, isn't it? I feel like it's like that in like Tahoe a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's, you know, like when you get the flu, you have like the body aches and stuff. It's like the body aches, but none of the other symptoms.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
It's hard to perform in.
yeah. Luckily, it didn't get like super bad to that level until like the day after.
Mm-hmm.
But whew, there were a couple times on stage I got lightheaded though, especially because like when I get going on stage and I'm like full speed, I get to the point where like I have to stop and give myself breaks to take catch my breath.
Yeah.
And I was like, ugh, almost almost didn't make it to the end of that sentence.
Oh, that's funny. You gotta check yourself for like the altitude, and that was when you were in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's like I think it's like that. When I was in like Tahoe too, I was climbing a baby hike. It was a baby hike.
Baby hike.
Or I thought it was. It wasn't. My best friend knew the things to tell me because I was like, "Are we going all the way to the top there?" And she's like, "No, we were." But I was getting so winded, like, just walking up, and she's like, "Oh, it's a different like altitude over in Lake Tahoe." I was like, "Oh, that makes sense. We also shouldn't have drank that whole bottle of red wine last night. Like that probably doesn't help as well." Thank you so much. So it was like pretty hard. Then beautiful view when you got to the top. I complained many times, but then we had to go all the way down, and I felt like my legs were gonna break. Because she's in hiking boots and I'm in Nikes, like.
Oh man.
Like it's just in a constant like plie the whole time, but at plie like I'm gonna die, fall to my death. This whole podcast is just me talking about how ways I'm gonna die. dead.
1,000 ways to die.
1,000 ways to die. This. Water moccasin. Death. Crocodile. Death.
Flying alligators dead.
Dead.
Yeah,
Dead flying alligator.
Dead.
Oh man. What else? What else is going on? What else?
We're so close.
I know.
We're so close.
We're almost there.
We tried about what? Favorite thing to do as a kid?
Probably ride my bike.
Okay.
Like BMX. I used to do like tricks and stuff on my bike. I was obsessed with my bike.
Like you can do all those fancy like
Wheelies and twists and
that was a word.
bunny hops. And,
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my favorite thing to do as a kid. Is ride around on my bike with my friends.
I was a reader.
Reader.
Yeah, I was a big reader, and then like as I got older, like a video game kid, and like I played sports growing up, like organized like sports and stuff, and so outside of that, yeah, I was reading or playing video games and stuff like that, and when I was like younger, like me and my brother would fuck with GI Joes. We were super into like GI Joes, and we grew up like way out in the country on like 10 acres, and like in Florida, like there's like loose like sugar sand and stuff like that. So we would dig holes, like giant pits, and like run the water hose in it and make like these giant fucking like pit cave kind of things for the GI Joes, and then stage these elaborate like zip lines from like zip lining into this like fucking water hose canyon that we've created.
Was it you versus him with the GI Joes, or was it y'all just kind of doing it?
Just kind of doing it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like for me it was like a lot of organized sports, and then other than that, I feel like I didn't really do too much like outside creating my own fun with bikes. And we had there was like a wooded area behind my parents' house. And I could have played in the woods as a kid, but I never really did. I just I think it was a lot of video games inside. A lot of Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, outside of organized sports, because I didn't like being social anxiety and not being good around like a lot of people. Outside of being around people, I was decompressing from being around people without realizing like the cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We played outside a lot. We actually used to like build like forts basically. Like we would not on land that we owned. We got in trouble a few times. We had this place called the Haystack that we built, and it was like this big huge tree with these branches that leaned over, and there were these like 4 hay bales, and we built a little tree house, and then we built these like rope swings from the hay bales that you just like go off and jump off this like kind of cliff into an alleyway.
Oh.
Yeah, we used to do that a lot as a kid. It's like build hideouts on other people's property.
Other people.
We would build hideouts
and
on
run
ours.
when they caught us.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I enjoyed like pool days with my sisters. We would like play fun games like that I tried to do in my pool complex with adults, and it's not the same, I guess. They didn't think it was fun. Like we played pencil, cannonball, or twist, and you have to have a diving board, or like you don't have to, but you jump and someone, when you're in the air, yells pencil, twist, or cannonball. And you have to like do it midair. Like you have to like do whatever they do. It's so stupid, but it's like fun when you're a little kid, and like sometimes I'll be in the air and my sister won't say it right away, and she'll be like pencil twist, and I'm like and it's like stupid and silly, but it's fun. And then we had off the diving board, we'd always have like I'm gonna sound really old, but the boom box would come out plugged in, and then we would listen to like the radio and or a CD of whatever artist we're really feeling, like NSYNC. Backstreet Boys were in there, and we would just like do like dance little routines off the diving board and just growing up with sisters and like jumping off.
That sounds like fun.
Just stupid. And playing categories in the low end, like crayons, and then I just love like pool games. I think that was really fun.
I think yours sounded the most fun.
Which one? The pencil.
Just our 4 stories.
What?
This the water and the jumping. I feel like that was the most fun childhood.
I don't know.
That sounds pretty exciting.
Listen, choreography off a diving board. Could have been an Olympian, but didn't work out that way. If there was an Olympic sport for like choreography off a diving board, maybe breakdancing.
There literally is. There literally is.
Is it? Wait, is it?
Diving. It's called diving.
No, but like,
It's called
no.
diving.
There's also synchronized
No,
swimming.
yo,
And
yo,
synchronized
I'm talking about like
diving. They did
diving,
synchronized diving.
dancing from the diving board, like dancing on the diving board, and then you're just jumping. The jump doesn't matter. Like it's not diving. It's just the dancing really on the diving board. AJ's like that's
The balance beam.
okay, but on a diving board though. I'm not giving up on this.
And this is how we get Australian breakdancers.
Yes.
This is exactly how we get.
Listen, this is
Man.
exactly how we do it.
That was so wild.
You're like,
man.
it's diving? I'm like, oh, okay.
Man.
After that happened, people came up to me and what's her name? Ray
Gun.
People
Yeah.
Ray
would
Gun.
say that to me, be like, Ray Gun, and I'm like, come on, man.
Man, y'all.
Come on, man.
Halloween? Is that a Halloween
I
costume?
think I might do it
You
for
might-
Halloween. Yeah. Because I can't dance, so
Yeah.
it works perfectly.
You could tell she
Just
was
do
gonna
it.
bomb because of those thick ass New Balances. Like she and no one's won a dance battle in those. Like
Aren't they not having
No.
breakdancing anymore as
It's just for a lawnmower.
I think it's out.
That's right. Yeah, right. That's man.
Breakdancing. What
What
about
are the-
breakdancing off a diving board?
I mean,
AJ's like, cut it.
I feel like that's been in her comments. I feel like somebody has probably told her that. Yeah, like breakdance off a diving board.
Yeah.
That sounds like an
That
insult.
is.
Like go jump off a cliff. Why
right.
don't you breakdance off a diving board?
I'm going to start saying that to people. You know what? You could break dance off a
Yeah.
diving
Right.
board.
I wish he'd breakdance off a diving board.
Breakdance off a diving board. Yeah.
Oh god.
We're there.
Oh.
We made it. Do you guys?
Yeah, shout out your social medias if you have any dates or anything coming up.
Yeah. At Teresa Hysteria. The only H is in hysteria. Follow me.
Yeah.
I need more follows.
At Nick X Bush at everything. Instagram, Twitter, Venmo. Look your boy up.
Big on the Twitter. Big on the Twitter. Big on the Twitter. Yeah.
At Sydney Stephens Comedy on everything. Do you guys have any dates or anything you want to plug?
Actually, new show, September 28th at the Amsterdamian off Gallatin in East Nashville. Come to it. Seriously, it's going to be a fun time. Or Plain Jane, last Sunday of the month, September 29th. So two shows.
2 shows.
Come to them. They'll be fun.
Come to them.
Smokes and Jokes in Murfreesboro, September 9th. Pull up on us.
Word.
What?
I have a funny story about Smokes and Jokes. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
I'll tell you
Alright.
after. It's funny. You got shows coming up?
Yes, I have more shows coming up. Where am I coming? When is this episode coming out?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. This week, September 12th, Fountain City Comedy Festival, Kansas City, Missouri. I'll be there. And then that entire weekend, I've got 4 shows, September 13 and 14 in Springfield, Missouri at Blue Room Comedy Club. So come see me there. I am in Buffalo, New York on the 18th of September. West Nyack, New York on the 19th. I am in Baltimore, 9/22. And then I go back out to the Pacific Northwest. I go back. I have an Oregon and Seattle tour that I'm doing with Oregon Roots.
So fun.
It's Salem, Oregon on the 27th, Portland, Oregon on the 29th. Oh, sorry, Eugene, Oregon on the 26th, Salem on the 27th, Portland on the 29th, Seattle on October 2nd, and Tacoma October 3rd, and Spokane October 6th. And then I have a bunch more dates all the way through the end of the year, and I'm working on something special that hopefully we'll be able to announce soon. And tune in next week.
And
Thanks for checking out the Tardpod.
if you liked what you saw here and you want more, go to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Tardation Nation.
You can buy all those tickets at ajwilkerson.com. See you later.
Bye.
What in Tardation?